are back. Did you miss us? Well, I'm Anahola Joe Pahukula, and this is The Countdown. We're produced by Motivate Sports and approved by Oakley. We've been gone for a while. That's because we've been planning a lot of great stuff that'll come up in the future. But for this show, it's going to be a good one. Kauai Sweet Rides, Little League Baseball, Senior Softball, Joel's Junk, my favorite part. But we're going to lead things off with the KYF season finale at Vidina Stadium. I'm Anahola Joe. You're watching The Countdown. The Kauai Youth Football League recently concluded their season with Kapa'a defeating Nanakuli at Vidina Stadium in a non-league game. And oh, by the way, Nanakuli might have the coolest uniforms in all of football. The main focus of the KYF is to produce better football players that'll hopefully produce championship high school programs and help football players make their dreams come true and move on to the next level. Junior Prep Sports is a popular brand of football, not just here on Kauai, but also around the state, because they don't have the weight restrictions that Pop Warner football enforces. Whether it's Pop Warner or KYF, it's just great for the kids to be able to play football and have fun. With Kapa'a's 14-10 win over Nanakuli, that'll conclude the KYF season for 2017 here on Kauai. The kids had a lot of fun, so did the coaches. But the real beneficiaries of this program are the high school teams.
Yes, that's where I was trying to start this whole thing off just to help out our high schools so we can bring the trophy back to Kauai. To build our high schools, starting off, that's you should look at Kapa'a. They have the high school coaches come down. They run the same program. So when the kids, the 8th graders go up, they just roll. First day they can run. They're running plays already. They're not there teaching fundamentals. They're there just rolling right into everything that they've been taught at KYF.
The KYF season is over, but talk about the season as a whole, because I think a lot of, good always comes of it, but a lot of good, I think, this year came out of this league.
This year was a great year for spring. We had the most Oahu teams came to visit us. I think we had eight organizations, and the kids had a really great time. Win, lose, draw. The experience for them as players and coaches and parents. It's a whole different thing for them. Even when we go up to Honolulu, we win, we lose. The different caliber that we play against is just unbelievable.
This year more than any other year, did the Kauai teams get more exposure to other teams, other players this year?
Yes, our D1 Red Division, Kapa'a, they got a lot of exposure. We brought them up twice to Honolulu. The first time we brought them up, they played the number 1 seed, top seed, Ewa Beach. They got, they didn't do so well, but it's a whole learning process as coaches and as players, and we just gotta look at to where we need to be to compete at that level.
Now, with the end of the season, I guess everybody gets a break. The grass gets to grow back in the Willy Willy Park. What is done in the off season to help prepare you guys as a league for next season?
Most important part is trying to get the kids to commit to our program. Show them what we are about. We're all about the kids over here. We just try to give everything back to the kids, nothing for us.
Don't forget, folks, KIF football is right around the corner, and it's going to be a really exciting season. Now let's go out to the Brian J. Baptiste Sports Complex for the Little League Majors Division District 1 Championships between the Kauai Hau All-Stars and the Kaneohe All-Stars. This season's Kauai Hau Little League Majors All-Stars are made up mostly of West Side kids who play Cal Ripken League rules. Their coaches just wanted to play more baseball, so they joined the Little League this season. All Kauai Hau needed to do was win one game. They earned a day off before the championship by winning early round games, allowing them to rest their pitching. For Kaneohe, they had to win a pair of games to take the title. The homeboys jumped all over the Kaneohe All-Stars with 4 runs in the first and 12 in the second. From there, Kauai Hau rode their solid pitching and big bats, bashing a pair of dingers to ice the game late. 26-1 is the final score as the Kauai Hau All-Stars defeat the Kaneohe All-Stars at the District 1 Little League Championships. Up next for Kauai Hau will be the state championships, then possibly San Bernardino and Williamsport. But before all of that happens, according to Coach Lazaro, there's a lot of work to be done.
just gotta go back practice and get better. Today they brought their bats. Was waiting for these bats. Finally got it working today. They hit during the tournament, but today they brought their bats to the game today.
What's the strengths of this team?
We got pitching. The strength of this team is we got pitching and we got hitters. And these boys played together for a while.
You know, what I've seen of you guys, it looks more like you guys rather just put the ball in play, you know, move along instead of looking for the home run ball in every swing. Huh?
Yes. We all look for line drives. Hit the ball hard, put the ball in play, and run the bases. Move the guys around.
I know it's just probably the step number 2 in the whole, you know, Little League championship process. But next week you got the States, then possibly San Bernardino, and then Williamsport. What's the goals of this team?
The goals of this team was try to get to San Bernardino. We make it to San Bernardino, then let it take itself out there. The first was get here, then to the States, and then the main goal was to reach San Bernardino.
You know, on the west side, you guys play Cal Ripken. Switching to the Little League teams, was it difficult for your guys to adjust to the different rules?
Yeah, it was hard during the regular season because in Cal Ripken this year we could take lead in the majors. And we came here play, you cannot take lead, and then get certain rules where you cannot slide head first into the bag. So we had a couple games where our kids came in, basically coming in, sliding head first, they were called out. We live and learn. Enjoyed it, but
it's got to be pretty fun your first year in the league, especially coming from the west side, and you guys get to this point. It's got to be a whole lot of fun and satisfaction. Huh?
Oh yeah, a lot of fun. Like you said, we just wanted to play, let the kids play more game. Had the opportunity to get here and play here and win them. Right on.
In case you guys haven't noticed, we're one of my favorite beaches here on the island, Shipwrecks at Poipu. Here's an update to that last story. The Kauai Hao All-Stars came up a little short in their quest to get to the regionals in San Bernardino. Well, nonetheless, it was a great season by Coach Lazaro and his team. Right now, I've got Claire and Julia. Where are you guys from?
We're from Northern California, Sebastopol, Sonoma County.
What do you guys do there?
Lots of stuff, but volleyball is one of our main things.
And where do you play?
I play Annalee High School. I'm going to be a junior, and it'll be my 3rd year in varsity.
Maybe you'll be a wahine?
Maybe. In my dreams.
Where do you play volleyball at?
I just graduated from Annalee, and I was on varsity as a middle blocker, and I'm hoping to play club at Cal this coming
Nice.
fall. Yeah.
You guys enjoying the island so far?
Yeah, it's so beautiful. This is my first time in Kauai, but it's not hers, but it's still amazing.
Since you've been here before, what's turned out to be your favorite part of the island?
Everything's really beautiful, but one of my favorite things I've done was the helicopter ride up to the falls where they filmed Jurassic Park, I believe that's what it was. That was really pretty. And I really like this beach. It's really fun. I like body surfing out there, so we've had fun doing that.
Today's a perfect day for that, huh?
Yeah, super nice. Good waves.
Okay, well, we're going to continue with this, and if I screw this up, just go ahead and whack me in the back of the head, okay? Well, now to the Hamajang part of the show, another edition of Joel's Junk. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the satellite office of the Countdown in Puhi, Kauai. And this is another segment of Joel's Junk, where I get a chance to show off my sports collectibles. It's something I've done all my life, and I have a lot of fun doing it. Remember, 2 rules to sports collectibles. It's only worth what someone is willing to pay for it, and it comes in all forms, shapes, and sizes. And today, we're going to prove that once again. Now, the first item up for bid, it's got a really cool story to go with it. It's a Pez dispenser. A UH football Pez dispenser, and it works. Just don't have the candy in it because I ate it all already, right? Why waste it, right? You got it, put it in there, take it out. Well, the story is that I had seen it a couple of years before I got it at a sports collectible show on Oahu, but the guy wanted $12 for it, and I was not going to pay $12 for a Pez dispenser, you know, especially a UH one, man. That was killing me. I just wasn't going to pay that kind of money. Now, a couple of years later, at the Huinakoa meeting with Coach Chow here at KCC on Kauai, it was one of the raffle prizes. Now, actually, I had won a UH football polo shirt. Then I asked the lady if I could trade it in for a Pez dispenser. She looked at me like I was nuts. And she said, yeah, go right ahead. In fact, you know what, take both of them. So I got both of them. Shipped one off to my brother, who's also a big UH fan, and so he's got the other one. But I love my UH Pez dispenser. I keep it in my personal box over there, and I make sure it doesn't get away from me. One of my prized and cherished sports collectibles. Now, we got more stuff to talk about. Let's move on. How's this one? See the stamp? Hawaii Winter League Baseball. This is the first foul ball I ever caught, and it came off the bat of Benny Agbayani, which makes this extra special. Now, if you remember, Benny played with the Mets, also made a nice career of himself in the professional leagues in Japan. Now he's retired, and I think he's got a daughter who plays softball. But back then, coming out of Hawaii Pacific, great player, made the major leagues, and yeah, one of my most cherished baseballs of all the ones I've got, even the signed ones. I love this one. Haven't got this signed yet, and hopefully one day, because Benny lives close to my cousin in Mililani, so maybe I'll go walk down there and get this autographed. Love it. One of my cherished sports collectibles. Now here's the next one, and this is a kind of weird one and awfully difficult to find. But how's this? A Duke soda can. See that? This came from the 1991 National Championship team. That's right, and if I'm not mistaken, that's the year that Duke beat UNLV, and UNLV went into that semifinal game unbeaten, and Duke took them apart. I think Bobby Hurley was on that team, Grant Hill. For UNLV, here's a few names: Stacey Augman, LJ, Grandmama, Larry Johnson. Also, Tark the Shark was the coach for the Rebs at the time. But I came across this at a sports collectible show on the mainland, in fact. I think this was in Oregon. Saw it, it was fairly reasonable, so I went ahead and bought it, brought it back to Kauai. But, as you can hear, no more soda inside. I took it out already. And awfully difficult to keep a collectible can with the soda in it. But the Duke Blue Devils, and they're having a decent year this year. I don't think they're a Final Four quality team, but they are a good team. Coach K, bringing that team through, especially since he had the back surgery. So that's my next sports collectible, and I love this one. Trust me, I love this one. It's tough to find. I got one, so there you go. Now the next item I want to talk about is this has happened only once, I believe. And if you remember, it was the Hawaii Sports Network back in the early 2000s, I believe. And this is how I became friends with people like Paul Honda, Stacy Kaneshiro, Kalani Takase, and also Mike Curdy. That's how we met, seriously. Lives on the west side. And the 2002 Hawaii High School Sports Almanac. Now, to my best recollection, this is the only year in which they did this. And I was part of a contributor to this, provided them with stats and all that kind of stuff. So I'm awfully proud of this. Big mahalo to Paul Honda, who writes for the Star Advertiser now, for hooking me up with one of these way back when. And he's become a good friend ever since. And, we share information with each other. He gives me information about the teams and kids from the OIA and the ILH, and I give him information on kids and teams here in the KIF. So, it's been a pretty good friendship since we met, when he was putting this together. So, Sports Almanac, if you can find it, trust me, if you can find it, if you're a sports collectible, especially for books and stats, this is the one you want to get. Now, I don't know where you can find one. And I'm sure if you went and contacted Paul Honda at the Star Advertiser, he could probably hook you up with one, or at least point you in the right direction on where you can get one. But through this simple little book, it's kind of thick, as you can see, and paperback. But ever since this book was created, I made a lot of good friends in the sports media business on Oahu, as well as the neighbor islands, Barry Haley, Josh Prosecco, and all because of this little almanac. So I'm going to cherish this forever. Made a lot of good friends and professional contacts. So there you go, the 2002 HSN, Hawaii Sports Network, Hawaii High School Sports Almanac. Cool, huh? Now the next item we got is pretty special to me, okay? Johnny Bench autograph baseball card. Sweet, huh? One of the few autograph items I have that I did not get myself. Actually, my brother, who lived on the mainland at the time, ran across a Johnny Bench signing, asked me a few bucks to pay for it, so I sent him some money. He went and got me the autograph, and it's a Don Russ card, Johnny Bench. And if you remember who Johnny Bench was, he revolutionized the catching position. Remember, he went one-handed, arm behind the back, and I think he went with the hinge. He kind of created the hinge glove for catching. So, and also Mr. Krylon, and he was also a professional golfer. So Johnny Bench wasn't just a great baseball player and a trendsetter. He had interests elsewhere that made him fairly famous and made him a lot of money throughout the years. And also one of my favorite baseball players of all time. My favorite baseball players that, whenever someone's ever asked who's my favorite baseball players, Mike Schmidt, Johnny Bench at the top of the list. After that was kind of a drop off, but I like Chipper Jones. I like the Mariano Rivera. Oh, he's the man, the closer. He's just the absolute man, no matter what Goose Gossage says. But Johnny Bench, autograph card. Now the next one will be another autographed baseball card, but this one, a little bit more special, especially to people here in Hawaii, and especially people like myself who I really like to see the local brothers and the sisters make it big in the professional sports world. Now here we go. Countdown Wong autograph card. It's a prism card, okay? And this, I didn't get autographed. I actually pulled this out of a pack. And I went to a sports collectible show a couple of years ago. It was the Pro Bowl one. And I had won a prize from this guy's booth, and the prize was I get to pick a pack. And no matter what, I think he said the minimum value per pack was like $10. So I went and picked one, and out of it came this Countdown Wong card. It's autographed. It's got the USA National Baseball Team uniform, number 44, and I believe this was his final year at UH. He played that summer. I think this is the card from that national team for Countdown Wong. So there you go. That's this edition of Joel's Junk, and you can contact us at thecountdownkauai@gmail.com. You want to share some collectible stories, or maybe even show off some of your collectibles, contact us through email, thecountdownkauai@gmail.com. Well, that's another edition of Joel's Junk. I'm Anahola Joe Paukula. Check you laters. Really, dude? You couldn't have cleaned the office before we did that story? Anyways, let's go into our archives. The 2017 Senior Softball Opening Day Ceremonies. Hey, Jeff, here it is.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Aloha. I do have 3 quick points. I know this is a great day for baseball because I didn't smell any salumpas while I was waiting for the opening. Second, 25 years ago, I remember coming to the openings with 4 teams. And so with 13 teams, it shows the growth and the participation and the quality of the league, the quality of the lives we're leading. And third, and most importantly, I haven't had a chance to talk to you since the state tournament. But you did a fantastic job in hosting, and I still have people who come to the state capitol and tell me what a great state tournament we hosted on Kauai, what a fabulous job you did, what a fabulous job the county did, and the only complaint is you won too many games, so good luck.
with the national anthem done, the dignitaries finished with their well wishes and blessings, and the most unusual first pitch ever. It was time to play ball at the Brian J. Baptiste Sports Complex in Kapa'a. This is the 49th year of senior softball on Kauai. The league does feature 3 different divisional state champions from last season. The Kauai Senior Softball League started with 4 teams and have increased to its current total of 13 teams, with the newest being the Hanamalu Islanders. Opening day started the same way as the 2016 season ended, with last year's champs at 22-0 and state A division runner-ups, the East Side Gents, getting a dominating win, coached by former Kapa'a football head coach Sia Salausa.
We've always had a target on our back when we put the team together. You know, a lot of our friends we used to play when we were younger, we all made a commitment that when we get 60, we're going to come together and play. So, you know, but I tell my guys, we're not getting paid for this stuff. Maybe important we go out and play, have fun, we think nobody get hurt.
You know, I look on the field and it looks like you might have one of the younger teams, huh?
Yeah, I think our average age is about 65. We do have one that's 70. But it doesn't matter what age, but the pays are still the same.
Opening ceremonies, the Kauai Senior Softball League, gotta be pretty exciting. I mean, just like opening day for any baseball league, huh?
Yes, it is. Yeah, they have all these guys come out here and play, and we've been waiting all year. Well, actually, we've been waiting since October, since they take a little bit of a break after the state tournament.
Now you see all these dads, grandpas out here. Competition is not something that would become of senior citizens. They really go at it pretty good, huh?
Yes, they do, and a lot of the younger guys are a little more competitive, so it's kind of pushed the league up in the playing ability, even though a lot of the older guys still want to be here for the camaraderie and a little bit of the competition, but you know, they played with each other for almost all their lives here. So that's why they come out and play.
Was this the 42nd league, 42nd year of senior softball here on Kauai?
It's the 42nd year for the state tournament, but this is our 49th year of playing here on Kauai. So we started a few years earlier, and then the state tournament started.
Now, I'm pretty sure it doesn't have the kind of history that maybe like AJA or Little League Baseball, but still, yet all these guys for years and years, and some of them, probably their dads played senior softball while they were still younger.
That's what I've heard. I mean, there's generations here that keep coming out and playing, and it's just amazing that, you know, softball is so popular on this island.
Now, I remember the days in which I could do that. Today, I think I might hurt myself. Well, the senior softballers, they're about 3/4 of the way done with their league, and I've been out there to catch a few games, and let me tell you, those old guys, they can still bring it like it's opening day. Now, for the last segment of our show, let's check out Peter Amaral's Cherry Ride in this edition of Kauai Sweet Rides. The staff at the Countdown are always on the lookout for Kauai's sweet rides. This one we found in the Kukui Grove parking lot while making a mocha frappuccino run before heading out to a shoot. The owner of this bitchin' hot rod is Peter Amaral. We were lucky enough that Peter let us interrupt his morning coffee, and for letting us video his ride, and for talking story with us.
This is a 32 Ford Roadster.
How'd you become the owner of this car?
I purchased it about 3 years ago from this guy in Honolulu.
What kind of logistics does it take to get a car like that here?
I don't know. Depends what you want to drive.
Just throw it on the barge and ship it over, is that all?
Yes, that's about it.
Now, what kind of maintenance does it require to take care of a car like this?
A lot of maintenance. A lot of maintenance.
Like what?
Things that have to be changed is a blown car. So a lot of things that have to always check, fuel lines and stuff like that.
Is that after every time you run it, or maybe every couple of months?
Oh yeah, every time you run it, you have to check everything because of vibrations and stuff like that.
Now, what kind of engine you got, and how many horses do they put out?
It's a 454 border out 30 over. It comes 460. I would say about maybe 500 horsepower.
Is that how you bought it, or did you get the car, work on the engine, and change it out?
I bought it like that, and I changed a few things on them. That's about it.
Now, from when you bought it to right now, have you made any other changes, interior or anything else?
I did a lot of changes on the engine. Changed the headers, changed exhaust systems and stuff like that.
Oh, is this the kind of car that in the future maybe you pass this down?
Oh yeah, automatic.
Have you ever taken this car on the racetrack?
No. I'm a street rodder, not a racetrack racer.
So everything you do is late at night in front of Jack in the Box in Lihoy?
Yes, that's about.
Well, we don't want to get anybody in trouble. But I know earlier you guys were telling me stories about racing here and there back in the olden days and stuff. But I guess the whole hot rod scene on Kauai has kind of changed since back in the 50s, 60s.
Yes, pretty much. Now you can race on the roads because more cars and you don't want to have an accident. So I just put the car on the street and make it looks good and stuff like that because I really don't like race because it's high maintenance racing.
Now, your car, I know when you go cruising, I'm sure everybody's turning their heads. Got to feel pretty good. You're cruising down the street and everybody's looking at you and your car.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like racing when you win, right? So for me, it's when you see me on the streets, it's like I'm winning.
Is there, as you're cruising down there, is there a certain pose with the arm on the window, looking at everybody on the side, huh?
Pretty much. A lot of attention.
Try to give me the pose. Yeah, how's this? What is the greatest or the most incredible hot rod movie ever made?
I would think America Graffiti.
Oh, that's exactly what I was thinking too. But because I'm figuring your car fit right in that movie, yeah.
Yeah, that's the reason why I want that style of car. Because when I seen that movie, that's what I wanted.
Okay, let me see if I got the guy's name right. I mean, it was Harrison Ford, but his name was Bob Felfa, right?
Yeah.
The yellow car.
Yes. 5 window.
Well, hopefully we see your car cruising around the roads and streets of Kauai, and thank you very much for talking a story about your car and letting us get your car on camera.
Hey, thank you.
I wonder what's my chances of driving that badass hot rod. I don't think it's pretty good. Well, that's this edition of The Countdown. I want to thank Claire and Julia for helping us out on this show. We're also produced by Motivate Sports and approved by Oakley. If you need to contact us, thecountdownkauai@gmail.com. Now, something really important before we get out of here. I want to welcome Manny Henriquez to our team. And in the internet world, thanks for the ad. Well, as you can see, beautiful Shipwrecks Beach, a great day for bodyboarding, body surfing, hanging out at the beach, and also doing our show. I'm Anahola Joe Pahukula. As always, catch us on The Countdown.